So, hello and welcome to this next Spring League game, the first match of the playoffs, actually. And we've got what's looking to be a great game today between NG and Roby. This was literally decided from the last game when VCRS was able to pull off a 1-0 victory against NG. Because most people were expecting it to be NG Chefs and VCRS Roby in the first leg. So that was a little bit of a surprise, wasn't it, Smithy?
Yeah, I think nobody really expected us to beat NG, I think. Obviously, we're a good team, and I think on our day we can match NG definitely. And it was a weird game, definitely. Not a lot of chances, but 1-0. And yeah, playing Chefs now instead of Roby in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's. I've got to admit, like it was a bit of a relief because I was worried about having to play NG first, and having to play NG in a final. It looks like we get a chance to see if Roby can knock them out in this round. So it's. I'm really looking forward to this. I think Roby have got a lot better over the past few games. So it's definitely. I don't think it's going to be easy for NG. I think this could be a really good matchup. It looks like Roby have got one of the strongest lineups out as well. So I'm really looking forward to what this game's gonna bring us. But we'll quickly go through the lineups before the kickoff. See if there's any surprises. We've got for NG, we've got Hiei in goal. I hope I pronounced that right. We've got Seabot at right back. So that's interesting because in the last game he played centre back, I think, against us. I think it might have been against us.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think
Um,
it will be interesting to see how Kirby does against him.
Yeah, that's it. Because a lot of experience with Kirby, so I think Seabot will have his work cut out for him today, trying to keep Kirby from scoring. And we've got Alaba at centre back, who that's normally where you'd expect to see Alaba. He's great passer of the ball. He's a good defender, so I think he feels more at home at centre back. We've got Duck at left back, or Shagware as most people know him by now, and got Arshavin at right wing, which I know a lot when NG play friendly matches. Arshavin tends to play centre forward. Do you think he's better centre forward, or do you think he's better on the wing?
Well, I think maybe it could have been like a tactical choice because he's up against Spirits now, and he's not as great, I think, as Ted, for example, if he was playing center forwards.
Yeah.
I think it's Ari at center forwards. I think he doesn't really play there a lot, I think, but obviously he has got the quality.
Yeah, that's true, and also they've got Javert returning to the starting lineup, which that was a big miss for them in the last game. We certainly found it much easier in midfield without Javert there, so Javert will be looking to throw himself straight back into this match and try and prove himself again. KM has been getting plenty of games at left wing, and Iran, who said he wouldn't play any other league games up front. So that's probably the biggest surprise I've spotted. Because apparently I heard that he wasn't going to play any more league matches. So it looks like maybe he's starting to get a little bit scared of the threat that VCRS pose, and he's trying to put himself back in there and trying to make NG a little bit stronger. But, would you?
Yeah, I think they really. I expected like a lot better from MG. Obviously, when we played them, it wasn't really their strongest lineup as well, and I think they got punished for maybe thinking they could get past us with their like B team or like with a mix of their best players and their fringe players a bit.
Didn't really. So what you're saying is they didn't really show us enough respect really to and didn't put their strongest lineup out. And I think there was a few things before the game saying that they weren't really weren't going to have a squad, and they were trying to reschedule. Which I thought they would have been really up for a big game against VCRS, but I guess maybe they'd rather have watched El Clasico instead.
Yeah, I think definitely.
I'm not salty. Don't worry, I'm not salty.
Yeah, but I think definitely they would have probably liked to have played Chefs now instead of Roby. Not that Chefs are a bad team, obviously, but Roby are like the opposites of NG. They're like the defensive team.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to break them down, obviously. And they obviously have a chance against NG here today.
Definitely, yeah.
Javert,
nearly a solo goal from Javert, and it was blocked.
Too many buddies in front.
But that's the difference that Javert can bring to the team. He's if you can't find your way through passing, he'll just dribble his way through. He's really good in that department.
Yeah, definitely.
Roby seems to be coping with it at the moment. Just quickly looking at Roby's lineup, there's not really any surprises there, other than Panther is their latest signing, which they made.
Yeah, I think
captain of the travesty that was
Noble.
But Panther, he's a good player. I'm sure he'll be looking to try and put that behind him, and he's getting a start up front for Roby, which normally that's where Kirby would play. So
yeah, or maybe where Seven could play, I think, as well.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and didn't look like Seven's on the bench today. Oh, that was a chance for Harry there, but I think Haya made the save.
I think it was blocked off by a defender, but
was it blocked? Yeah, I just seen it bounce back from the goal line. I wasn't sure, but
70% possession for NG in the first stages.
It's kind of what we expect, isn't it? I think Roby will just be trying to hit them on the counter, try and stay in this game.
Panther has almost like a Rhino role for us, dropping pretty deep.
Yeah.
Oh, first goal.
That's a little bit of a strange goal. A corner from Arshavin into Ari, and just looked like he just tapped that. And whoever was on the post, it looks like Spirits.
Yeah.
A little bit of a mistake there by Spirits. He should have maybe stayed on his post.
I think as well Ted should have maybe followed him a bit more.
Ted should have followed Iran there. Yeah, I'm not really too sure why he moves away from him.
Maybe he was checking if there were other players from NG there, but
possibly, yeah. But that's a little bit of, yeah. Don't really expect a mistake like that from Tet. He's a really experienced player, and that's put NG 1-0 up in this really important game for Roby, and that's. I'm sure they'll be disappointed, but there's still plenty of time left in this game to change it round.
Your prediction for the playoffs?
Yeah, question comes through from Kolakau. He's saying predictions for the playoffs. Well, I still think that this game's completely still wide open. It's not over yet. I do still expect to see a VCRS NG final, but I don't think NG will win this game easily. I think they're gonna still have to work for it. So yeah, but with no disrespect to Chefs, but I do think that we will win that game and go on to play the winner of this game.
Yeah, I think as well. NG definitely with the lead they have now. I think Roby will have to attack a bit more, so NG will get some more space now.
Yeah.
So I think definitely NG VCR's final. Even though like last time we played Chefs was a pretty difficult game in the league.
Yeah.
So I don't really think we kind of underestimated them at that point, I think, and we don't really need to make the same mistake tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. I think, especially if they get the stronger players playing, it's we can't underestimate Chefs, and that's why I say I'm not disrespecting them. I just still think that we might be a little bit too strong for them. But
I think
the playoffs
first game,
isn't it? Anything can happen. So So
Yeah, I
we'll
think as well in the league they took the league. They took the league lead against us, I think.
yeah,
And we scored like 2 times in 5 minutes or something to get us the win. But
yeah. That was a chance for Harry again. He's looking dangerous up front there for NG.
yeah,
He's definitely trying to make a statement that NG is still the team to fear in this tournament. But
yeah.
don't forget, if there's any more questions, put them in the Twitch chat or send. You can PM me or Smithy, and we'll try and get around to answering them or discussing them. I'm sure Rhino will help us out there again, as he normally
Oh,
does.
nice ball, and Ari again, the second goal.
Oh, do you know what? I dropped something on the floor, and then when I looked back up, I'd seen that they'd scored again, so I completely missed that.
A cross here from KM comes in, and Ari's completely free. Here, Spirits doesn't mark him close enough, and it's 2-0 already.
That's the stereotypical NG goal, KM cross, and usually it's Javert or somebody else is there to head it in. Chupo sometimes when he's up front, but yeah, the KM cross, it's everybody knows it's dangerous, and if you can stop it, you stop half of NG's danger. But if you can't stop it, then you're automatically going to be in trouble. And it looks like Roby have fell for it there. And now they've got an even bigger mountain to climb. They're 2-0 down.
I think again, like Spirits was marking Ari, and Ted was going for a Chavin. I think it definitely should have been like the other way around. That Spirits isn't really as good as Ted in the air. Could have been like, I think if Ted would have been there, Ari would never have gotten that much space, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it does look like they're a little bit confused there at the back today, and
Scum has gone off. I don't know why, but
yeah, Scum's benched, and maybe he timed out. I don't know. Was he still moving? Did you see or?
no, I didn't. I just saw him get benched. Okay, he wasn't moving.
Rhino's just said he wasn't moving, so I guess maybe he's timed or he's gone AFK or something.
Okay, so that's a 7 in at right back.
7 subs in at right back, which is an unusual role for him, but I'm sure Scum's on his way back now. So.
Yeah.
I did think that for a second that Tet was going to go ultra
Is it chance for Kirby?
This is a chance for
1-on-1?
Kirby.
Oh, saved by Hay.
Yeah, that's a big chance because they're not going to get many in this game, and really had to put that in if Roby were going to get back into this game.
Yeah, definitely. They have to get like 1 before halftime, I think, if they want to get a chance to qualify.
Yeah, I would say that. Yeah, they do need to get 1 before half time because the time in iOS games just ticks away quicker, and you don't. Eventually, the game's out of your hands.
Yeah, that's true. I think maybe interesting to see 7 not really playing at center forward, and Roby can't really keep the ball up front. Maybe that's something they should look at. Maybe getting 7 in at halftime or something.
Yeah, I'm sure Ted does like to change things round. He is quite a hands-on manager. I think if he starts seeing that Kirby's ineffective, I do expect 7 to be introduced at some stage. But that's obviously going to be down to whether he thinks that Kirby may still be able to do something. Or at the moment, it just doesn't seem to be working up front for Roby.
No, they haven't really had any chances except the Kirby one, which they didn't put away.
And it's a big chance for Panther as well to prove himself today. And he's got a chance there, but really it was easy for the keeper there, just straight at him.
Yeah, he's not really had that much support as well from his Roby teammates so far.
Yeah, I think maybe for Panther, it's a little bit strange because, considering he's only just signed and Tet has put him straight into the team, he could have had 7 up there, and maybe he'd have.
Oh, mistake from Gea.
From here.
It's gonna happen here.
This is.
Saved.
Made a recovery there. It's still not clear.
Now it is. Here's Kirby.
Yeah, the passing's just not great today from Roby, and it's easy for NG just to find their way around them.
interesting to see, like, they're not really putting a lot of pressure on Seabot at the moment. He's not gonna say he's a bad player, but he's their weak link, I think, in the NG team.
Oof.
Are you hitting the post?
Mary, just hit the post. But yeah, you're right. I think if you're going to target someone in that back line, it's got to be Seabot. And again, as you say, that's no disrespect to him, but he is the newer player. There's a cross from Kirby, but yeah, easily cleared. But you are right, yeah. If you're going to target someone, it's got to be him. And I think they've not done that enough. But it looks like at the end of this half, it's going to stay 2-0 to NG unless KM gets a dangerous cross in here, which he does, but it's blocked by Spirits. That's making up for the error before the. But
we have a question from Rhino. What do you think the reasoning behind Kirby winging and Panther CF? I think maybe Kirby against Seabot, as I said before, like Seabot is their weak link, and maybe Kirby could have done something against him, but so far it hasn't really happened. Think as well Panther is the better dribbler.
Well, as we can see, sorry to interrupt, there's making some changes there.
Kirby to
go
CF.
around on the bottom.
Kirby CF, Zap left wing and Panther center mid. Yeah, I think Panther at CM can definitely do something. I think a bit more than at CF.
I think the main thing is, I mean, these matches are 2 legs, aren't they? So I think that's right, isn't it? These are 2-leg games.
I have no idea.
Can someone confirm that? I think I've seen that they were 2 legs in the yeah. So this isn't necessarily over for Roby, but I think they're not gonna. I just can't see them winning this match. I think they need to just keep the score down and be careful for the next game.
Well, if they want a chance, they definitely need to get like 1 back. Definitely, if they want a chance in the second game.
Even if they just score the 1, maybe they can just concentrate on the next game, and there'll only be 1 goal in it then. As Rhino said, there's no away goals. But
yeah, but still, if they score like 1 here now and then it's 2-2, it's still a draw. So they're not eliminated yet.
Yeah, that's it. Every goal is going to be, important, and even if it's even if it was 3-1, in the next game, Roby could have a quick start and get a quick goal, and then there's only 1 goal in it. It's just trying to get a goal on the board now for Roby, and maybe just holding it for the next game. Because as I say, I just can't see them the way they're playing at the moment. I can't see them winning this match. But going back to what Rhino said before about Panther CF and Kirby Wing, I know they've changed it now. But I didn't understand the reasoning, considering Panthers literally just came in and he's gone straight in at CF when you've got 7 sitting on the bench who played CF plenty of times for Roby. So I don't know. It's a little bit strange from Tep, but maybe he's got much better logic than me behind it. I'm sure if we can get him in for an interview after the game, he might be able to explain that for us.
There's a Zap 1-on-1 with Seabot.
Yeah, Zap he didn't really have much choice there. I think he was running out of stamina, but you're not going to be here from there with shots like that, really.
No, probably not. No.
But Roby just trying to assert themselves in this game, and NG's still controlling it, really.
Yeah, but Roby have started a bit more brighter in the first half, in the second half, than in the first half. They're getting a little bit more forward, and there's Kirby. See what he does best at CF, just holding the ball up.
Exactly. Yeah, I've seen that work for Roby quite a lot, where they just play that long ball into Kirby, and because he's good in the air, he can bring it down, and sometimes he can beat his man as well from that position. So it'll be difficult to do that against Alaba, because Alaba's really experienced, but that's loose from Seabot. Yeah. But he's got away with it.
Again, as we said, like the weak link, definitely if you put some pressure on him, he will probably make a mistake or 2, and then they need to capitalize on that.
That's it, because he's not fully versed in NG's passing style yet. I've seen him misplace quite a lot of passes in games, and it's when he's put under pressure. So I think they need to just keep trying that, and it looks like they're trying to put Zap against him.
It's Kirby 1-on-1.
Sean,
Ooh.
that's another big chance for Roby, and Kirby again, just hitting it straight at the keeper. I don't really
And
know.
there again, Kirby.
Another chance, and he scored.
He scored.
It was just a bit of a long ball from Scum, and he managed to find Kirby in the box. And how important of a goal that could be for Roby.
The goal kick could have been better as well. Near Kirby takes it between two players.
Wasn't enough power in that goal kick, was there? And Kirby did well to win it against Javert there, because that's a really two players with hit boxes breaking the fourth wall there. But they're two players who are really difficult to get the ball off. So he did well to win that in the air and beat his man and put great finish as well to BTA from there as well. So that's a really important goal for Roby, because there's still plenty of time in this game for the equaliser. But even if it finishes 2-1, there's still only one goal in it for the next leg.
Yeah, and I think definitely in the second half they've been the better team. I'd say even they had could have scored 2 goals already.
Yeah.
And as you saw there, Sean tracking back to help Scum against KM.
Yeah.
I think they've learned from their mistake in the first half.
Yeah.
Maybe putting an extra man on KM to stop the crossing.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think as I mentioned in the first half, if you stop that KM cross, it's half of the danger really from NG. Because if their passing game doesn't work on you, they just try that KM cross, and maybe 5 times out of 10, so maybe half the times that he puts a ball in, it's gonna reach one of their players. So if you stop that cross, you're already halfway there to stop an NG. That's the way I see it anyway.
Yeah, and Roby seemed to have just clicked together in the second half.
They look so much better with Kirby up front. I think he can hold the ball up better than Panther was doing. And to be honest, I prefer Panther at CM anyway. He played there for Noble, and he was their best player at CM, because he keeps hold of the ball well, and he can beat a man. And if you've got a CM that can do that, it's really dangerous. So they do look much better in the second half, Roby, and they've just got to make sure NG don't get that killer third goal, because that might just put the second leg a little bit, much more harder for them to get back in the game. But still time in this for a goal for either side. And somebody did ask before, is MSI Ari? And it is Ari. So yeah, I'm pretty sure if we get an NG player in afterwards, I'm going to ask them why Iran had a change of heart on playing in the league when apparently he wasn't going to play any more league games. I am eager to know the answer to that. But we'll see.
Maybe overestimated his teammates a bit, I think. I don't know, they definitely have a good team, but like we saw versus VCRS, no Ari and Xavit is a bit much for NG, I think.
Yeah, well, as we say, I think I'm not trying to gloat or anything like that, but I think that maybe they've underestimated us a little bit, and they realise that they need their best team to beat us. So if Ari's going to play, he'll play, but maybe they've got. Where's the again? He just took too long on it. I think he was trying to just find a workaround for a shot. It's a corner for Roby. Zap's going to put it in. He's just waiting for something.
I don't know. Maybe some team tactics or something.
Or maybe he's. Yeah, I think he must.
Okay, crashed. Okay.
Yeah, so Panther's going to take the corner instead now, unless they're going
to
delay this game. It's smart, really. They're waiting for their player to come back.
Yeah.
Ball goes in and wasted.
But I think if there's one team that's been more likely to score now, it's probably Roby. Haven't really seen NG that much in the second half.
Yeah, you're right. I think they've been so much less dangerous in this half, and as you say, it might be because they're helping out stop the crosses, or maybe it was just the reshuffle of the team, putting Panther into centre mid, Kirby up front, and Zap on the wing.
As you can see here, like
Little
Sean and
changes like
Scum.
that can just affect the game so much.
I think as well they're putting a bit more pressure on NG, and I think not really letting NG play how they want is definitely a huge part in them getting back into this game, I think.
Yeah, that's it. If you know, we've talked about NG's danger points. It's the crossing and it's their passing game. And if you can do your best to stop either of them, you're gonna do well against them. You'll always have a chance against them. That's the way I see it, anyway. But yeah, NG just look like they're getting a little bit scared on the ball. They keep trying to maybe force their passes a little bit too much. So maybe Roby are getting to them a little bit. Or Roby just trying to find a way through. NG have got quite a lot of players back. Panther with the ball in. Oh, that wasn't too far away. Maybe just a little bit too quick. Too much power on the cross.
Yeah, I didn't really have that much time to aim the cross.
Yeah. But I think Roby have just got to be careful about getting hit on the counter here, because they will be pushing for that equaliser, and I just might just get caught with too many people down one end of the field. But
Kirby getting a chance.
Yeah, definitely so much better this half, Roby. They've made it a contest. I was worried after that first half that they were gonna just let this game slip away, but Tet must have had a good word with them at half time, and Kirby, he just ran out of stamina. He nearly found a way through. But Roby come again. Kirby just trying to force his way past Zavit won it back off him. NG just trying to maybe wind the clock down. But I think even if this ends 2-1 to NG, the second leg's still very much game on.
Yeah, I think definitely will be interesting to see how Roby take the second game. Like if they start again with Panther at CF. Oh, this is third goal.
That could be a really important goal in this leg, because once again it's the KM cross and it's not dealt with, and we've seen this so many times. KM into Zavit header, and yeah, it's it's we're not the only team that like to score goals from crosses by the looks of it. So yeah, that looks like NG go 3-1 up, and we did say if NG get another, that second leg is just so much harder for Roby now. It's going to give them a lot to think about in the break before the next game. And if they can, I was going to say, if they concede another, it's
game over, I think.
It would be game over. Yeah, they just need to just hold this now, because NG just hungry for another goal. And they've got another one, and Tet will be so disappointed with this. 2 goals this late, and that could kill their chances of getting into the next leg, because now they've got to go into the next game and score, what's that? Do the maths, 4 goals.
Yeah, or 3 goals to draw.
3 goals if they want to push it to extra time. Are we going to have extra time in these legs, or is it going to go straight to pens? I don't know how that's going to work. But yeah, I think Roby, they'll be so disappointed with that, because they were giving NG such a game at 2-1, and now it just looks like they've let it slip with two mistakes. Really, just let NG score so easily. But I'm pretty sure whoever we get in, most likely be Tet or Sean. I'm sure they're going to be really disappointed with this.
Yeah,
But
I think so as well. They had like a lot of chances at 2-1 to maybe make it 2-2 and definitely keep it competitive, but 4-1, even at 3-1, you could still say like the second game, if they start out strong and score early, then they still have a chance.
yeah,
But at 4-1,
oof, that was maybe a little bit of chance for a late goal, but NG are just going to put everybody back in the box, and
and
it
that's
looks like
game.
it's game over. Yeah, but yeah, it's, as I say, 2-1 would have been a great result really for Roby, considering the first half they had was pretty poor. But now they're going into the next game with it 4-1 down. It's going to be so hard for them. But this is iOS, and anything can happen, I guess. But yeah, don't forget to stick with us, because we're going to try and get some players in from the teams, and don't forget, if you've got any questions to ask the captains or the players, get them into us, and we'll go through them. But let's see who we can get. But before we get someone in, Smithy, who's your man of the match in that game?
I think, well, obviously Ari is a good shout because he scored 2 goals, I think, or maybe 3 goals. But think definitely somebody from MG. Um, maybe even Kirby in the second half, but not really performance in the first half. So I think I'm gonna go with Ari.
Yeah, I think I've got to say it's going to have to be an NG player. I think the first half, Roby were pretty poor, and I can't really give someone man of the match on one half performance. So I probably have to say Ari. I don't think NG really were at the best, if that makes sense. They managed to score, though. They didn't have many chances, but the chances that they did have, they scored. And that's what NG can do. We played them recently in a friendly, and we probably had the best chances in the game, but we got beat because they just took the chances. And that's because they're experienced players who, when they get a chance, they take it. And so, on the basis of that, I'm going to have to probably give my man of the match to either Ari or KM, possibly for the crosses. But because really all KM does is cross, I'm going to give it to Ari, really. So, yeah, I'm going to give man of the match to Ari. So I'm giving man of the match to a player who wasn't supposed to be playing in the league anymore. But that's iOS, I guess, and things change. So yeah, I agree with you. We'll give our man of the match to Harry, and we're going to see now who we can get in from the teams. We'll try and get Roby in first. If I can get somebody in. Tet might be a bit tilted,
I'm
but
asking Sean at the moment. And who do you want to get in from NG?
I don't mind whoever wants to come in. It's always nice to get different people in, but
Sean can't, so I think somebody else wants to. If there's like a Roby player listening or something and wants to come in, can always just message me or JB.
yeah, Tet's saying Discord's down, but it can't be because me and you are speaking. So
Is
I'm
Ted coming in then?
I think Tet will probably come in because he's saying that nobody else wants to do it. So maybe they're a little bit tilted about the game. Um, Rhino's saying that people can't send messages on Discord. So maybe Tet was trying to get somebody from Discord in. But let's see if we can get someone from NG then instead first. I'll message Harry.
Yeah, same.
Says, well, I am using Steam, but I don't know. Tet must be only be able to speak to certain people on Discord or something. I'm not sure. Harry said they want to go second. I don't know why they want to go second all the time, but you know, yeah, it looks like there's a problem. I think Tet's going to come in for Roby, but he said please make it short, so we'll make it short for Tet. I've only really got one question really to ask him.
What's that? Panther and Kirby.
Yeah. So, but if you've got anybody in chat's got any quick fire questions for Tet, just put them in the Twitch chat because I can see it now, and we'll get your question to Tet. We're just waiting for him to come in now because he said he'll come in. And Kime's wanting us to sign up in VCRS Priv.
Yeah, I already signed up.
I guess I'll sign up then as well. Hello.
Hello.
Hiya, Ted. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure, you know, you'll be disappointed with them 2 late goals. You know, I think we all agreed that, you know, 2-1 would have been a good result to take into the next leg, considering Roby was so much better in that second half than the first half. What went wrong there at the end?
Oh God. I don't know. We just can't defend others, can we? I think the defense has let them down again. But like, I think did we concede 4 crosses? It's like been the story of the league for us. It's been a bit embarrassing. But yeah, I mean the first goal, I think I was like 1v2 in the box for a corner, which wasn't amazing, right? But I don't know. For like, I suppose I don't know if we like tried pushing forward a bit too much or whatnot. But yeah, I think we were on top in the second half for a little bit, but it just went to pot, didn't it?
Yeah, I mean, me and Smithy both noticed so much of a difference in that second half, and you know, we noticed that you changed 3 of the positions round, and you put Kirby up front, you know, Panther into centre mid and Zap out wing, and you know, we noticed how much of a difference that made because Kirby was so much better holding it up. But coming on to Panther, you know, we know you've recently signed him. We were just questioning throwing him straight in at centre forward. Was that always the plan, or was that a late decision to throw Panther straight in at centre forward?
Well, I originally named 7-Up, but he couldn't. Well, he said he couldn't make it, but he then said he could make it like an hour before the game, but I think it was a bit too late because I'd already asked Panther.
Yeah.
But yeah, it wasn't centre forward. It was more we play like a defensive mid in like a cam almost. He was in like a cam position with like 2 sort of inside forwards, I guess. But yeah, it just weren't working. So I think when we changed it around, it worked a lot better. I thought Panther was amazing when he went back to centre mid, and I think Sean and Zap Dos give us a bit more width, and obviously Kirby, he's always dangerous at centre forward. So, but yeah, it was it's a bit of a tough one to take because the second leg's going to be next to impossible now, I suppose.
Was you as surprised as us to see Iran in the starting lineup?
Yes, but it might be because the game was a bit early. I don't think he wanted to play, but Yeah, I'm glad he played. I want him to play the rest of it because I think it's a shame if he doesn't.
Yeah, I think we just like we'll probably ask more about it when we get the NG player in, but we did, you know, kind of discuss that we'd heard that he was not going to play any more league games since the Noble fold. But yeah, maybe they were just stuck on players. I'm sure we'll find out the real reason behind it. But we just assumed that it was maybe NG just wanting to put a strong player out there, and you know, because now they're at the games that matter. Let's call it that, and they want to put their strongest lineup out. But
I hope that's the case. I think it's like I spoke to Ari like 2 days ago, and I told him that he should play. I just said, you know, fair enough if you don't want to play the rest of the like normal league, but you should definitely play these because you know it's really close between VS and NG, and you know why not go for it?
So you've got yourself to blame for Ferrari playing today, then.
Well, no, I reckon he wouldn't have played if they could have got other people. I reckon he probably failed, but I hope that's made him want to play the rest of it at least.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you know, I think if you wanna beat NG, you know you want to do it against the strongest lineup, don't you? Like we played them obviously in the last mini league game, and that was far from the strongest lineup. So even though we were proud to win that game and you know to beat NG, it wouldn't have been the same as if NG had the strongest lineup out. So you know, I'm hoping, you know, that NG will put the strongest lineup out in the game against us because they shouldn't underestimate VCRS.
And I think you shouldn't underestimate chefs.
Yeah, well, me and Smithy agreed in the last game. Like, chefs did give us a good game, and it did take us to just sit back a minute and go, do you know what? Hang on a sec, we should be doing much better than this. And you know, we managed to win in the end. But no, I mean, Matt'll be the first to tell me not to underestimate them. I'm pretty sure he'll tell me that. So don't worry. I won't be underestimating them, especially if I'm up against Nori, if Nori plays. But
I think you're right though. Like in terms of NG, they should play the best team. Like I was playing League of Legends with Chupo before, and he said he's not going to play the league anymore. I just don't understand it. Like, what's the point in playing iOS? Like, it's, you know, we've got to this point in the league. Why not just play your best team? Because at the end of the day, as well, if they lose, if let's say it's VS and NG in the final, and they field like some, you know, B team or whatnot, it's going to be like but what if they played the real team? And I think it's unfair on VS more than anything that people like. Other people will say, yeah, but if NG played their proper team, then they would have won. I think they owe it to the rest of the other teams just to show a bit of respect and just play the games. It's like 2 more games they've got to play now. It's, you know, it's hardly the end of the world. I don't know why you can be bothered to turn up to a mixed game and not play a league game. It doesn't make sense to me. But like I say, I'm really glad he played. I'd rather have played against him than not. I feel like I had an okay game against him. It's just the crosses. He's so lethal, isn't he? He just needs one chance. If Ari gets a shot away, he's going in. End of.
Yeah, he is dangerous in that area. Like if he works the space, you're just waiting for that, you know, that quick fire shot, and you know your keepers always struggle. But like I don't know whether you've got any questions, Smithy, for Tet, or you've thought of anything to ask.
I think maybe one question. As you said, Ted, like in the first half, you tried the other formation like 3-3-2, and in the second half you changed it. Are you gonna keep on experimenting with the first formation, or as you said yourself, like the second formation worked out a lot better?
Yeah, it's gonna be obviously it's basically Panthers' first game, so I've not worked out what the best system is with that attack yet. So obviously you got 7-Up as well, who can come in, and I think Kieran was unlucky not to play today because I think he's done really well, and I think you can expect to see him in the second leg. But we'll see. We'll go for it. Who knows?
Yeah, I think definitely the second game. If you win that, at least like you haven't really lost like both games.
Yeah, play for pride. But I'm gonna go and kill myself anyway, guys.
Okay, yeah, I know you need to go, so we won't keep you that long. So all we'll say is good luck in the next leg. You know it's iOS, so quick goals can happen. So don't keep your head down. It could change, but we look forward to being there for that next game.
Oh, I look forward to it. We've not given up. We've got a few days now to go and play, with that new lineup. So let's see if we can do a miracle.
Okay, take care, Tess.
Okay,
One thing,
goodbye.
just to say, the away goals don't matter. By the way, that's not something I've just made up now, but they don't matter. So
yeah,
right,
I think I've seen Rhino mention that. So
yeah. All right. Yeah. Thanks for commentating and shit.
All right, take care.
Goodbye.
So that was Tess, and as you can imagine, he didn't sound at his best. But the good thing about Tess is he's a realist, and he'll definitely not be too disheartened about that, because I think, as you say, he knew that NextGen had one of the strongest lineups out. And I think for him now, he's just got to go away and try and find a way to combat that and work with a new player in Panther and try and get him playing into the system that he wants. But
Yeah, as well as he said, like the second game is still one for Pride. If they win like pretty comfortably there, like a 2-0 or something, then they can still take something from it.
yeah, that's it. Even if it's just Pride, if they can win the second game, I'm sure it'll give them confidence, even if they go out, because a win against NG is always good. They're the oldest current team in iOS. There's a lot of history. There's a lot of respect for some of the players who played for them. So any win that you can get against them is great. So I think for Roby now, if they can't go through, it's just to win that game and try and get some pride back. But we're going to see now who we can get in for NG. So hopefully somebody will be. Yeah, I think Ari's going to come in for NG.
You can like definitely ask him why he played.
Yeah, yeah. So there'll be no. It'll be just a direct answer from Ari, hopefully.
Yeah, he's here, by the way.
Hello, Ari.
Hello, Jay.
Hello.
So that was that's a good result for NG in the end, because there was parts of that second half where the game just started to change a little bit in Roby's favour. But what we've seen from NG plenty of times over this season is that they make the chances count. And them 2 quick goals at the end has probably killed off Roby, I would say. But we'll see. But did you knowing that Roby can play quite defensive, did you go into this game with any special game plan?
No, we did not. We can absolutely not complain about the result 4-1. I mean, we'll take it. You said the second half that the game changed a little bit. I think that's a little bit of an understatement. I mean, it was completely upside down from the first half. I mean, they were a lot better. And ultimately, the last 2 goals were fortunate for us. And that's why we cannot complain about the 4-1, which is somewhat flattered, but we'll take it for the Sunday game.
Yeah, I mean, it's going into this game, I was kind of expecting more from Roby, if that makes sense, because I thought that they found a system that worked, and we were really surprised to see Panther thrown straight in there at CF, because I just felt that put them on the back foot straight away, and they did change it round the second half, and as you say, there was a noticeable difference. But one question I'll have to ask you is your inclusion in the squad today. Was that a change of heart from yourself, or was that a necessity because of a lack of players?
That question should be answered by our manager for this league, Shakwa. I think he wanted me to play, even though he had other options. Well, it's fine. This was probably my last game I can play, so unless we reschedule the Sunday games, but I doubt that's gonna happen. Okay. So I don't know the exact reason. I mean, Shakwa's really unclear about it. Oh yeah, we'll move on. So.
Yeah, fair enough. I'd just been asked. There's a lot of people who wanted to know the answer behind that, but as you say, we'll try and maybe ask Shagwa if he'll answer that question.
You don't expect me to play any other games unless it's not on a Sunday. I can tell you much.
Okay. So there's another thing that with NG, we know how big of a part the KM cross is to NG's style of play. Do you think that NG are over reliant on the KM cross, or do you think that they're just using the strength that they have?
Well, we use every strength we have. I don't think we just only rely on crossing. It's just the way that Roby makes the center a lot compact, which gives the wide players a lot more freedom to do their stuff, and mostly results to crosses. And today was very successful, albeit that the last 2 goals were a bit lucky, but that's the way we treat every opponent. I mean, one teams are better to play through the center, and other teams are just better to play the crossing game, as you guys like to call it, right?
Yeah, good point. So
we're prepared for every scenario, basically. I mean, if you guys are gonna give us wings up, and we'll play through the wings. If you guys are gonna cover the wings, then we play through the center, because you gotta make decisions.
Yeah. Have you been impressed with Seabot and your team? Smithy noticed it. He said that he did really well against KB in that first half, and that was part of the way that how Roby just didn't seem to be any danger in that first half. Are you trying to look maybe to make Seabot a centre back for the future, or do you see his long-term future as a full back?
Yeah, not 100% on it yet, but I'm so far okay with impressed with Seabot, outside his first touch, of course. But my plan with him is to play him on both of them, and we'll see where he ends up being more comfortable. I mean, ultimately, he has to make his decision.
Yeah.
And in terms of how he played today, it's kind of how he played was exactly like a lot of defenders and other players, basically, me included. I mean, first off, we made almost no mistakes. I mean, they only had one big chance, which was great save by Hiei.
Yeah.
And second half, we just totally forgot to play. We made like 7 mistakes in a row, and that their goal was actually typical of kind of summarized the second half. Like we made so much mistakes, and then they end up having a 1-on-1, and that was actually saved by Hiei again.
Yeah.
And then we kick it up to KM, while Scum was already in front of him, and then Scum gave a good cross, if he meant it, to Kirby, and Kirby scored, which was a good goal, by the way. But 10 small mistakes happen at the same time, and then you get things like that. Well,
And do you think them mistakes maybe from having maybe a back line that hasn't played enough games together, or do you just think that's just one of them things that's happened and you just move on from it?
That cannot be an excuse. I mean, the first half was all fine. You didn't give anything but 1 in the first half. So, I mean, to suddenly play like that in the second half is no excuse.
Yeah. Well, Smithy, have you got any questions for Ari there, or anything that you want to pick up on?
Are you maybe a bit worried about the second game, Ari? If Roby turn up like they did in the second half and they get like an early goal and NG play a bit like they did in the second half as well, but they get a little bit more bad luck now?
Absolutely not. I'm not worried at all. Like, we're confident we're every game we go in to win. So this Sunday won't be any different. I mean, if we're gonna play Sunday in our heads to defend the lead, then we don't even deserve to go through. So we're gonna go in Sunday to win. At least I hope, because I'm not gonna be there.
And
Okay.
sorry, Smithy, go on.
Yeah, obviously, are you gonna go with your strongest team, like as we saw against VCRS? Didn't really field your strongest team.
Hard to tell. That's really hard to tell. Probably between both. I mean, what's our strongest team? That's the beauty of NG. We're very utility. We are so much versatile that we have so many options to put in. I know, I got 1 or 2 players that are definitely one of the better players, But other than that, you can kind of rotate a lot with it without really losing too much ability. So I think we will always feel a good team, no matter who we face.
And then I have like one more question. What do you think that's going to happen tomorrow in the Chefs against the VCRS game?
Who?
Chefs against VCRS.
Oh, you want?
Yeah, the prediction for the game tomorrow.
Was it tomorrow?
Yeah, it's tomorrow. Yeah.
Chefs has no chance. We'll get beat so hard. That's what's gonna happen. Unless VS takes off gas. That's the only way that.
Stop trying to put the pressure on.
No, I'm just being honest. I mean, I like the Chefs guys a lot, and it's a very cozy team, but they have no shot against VCRS. 0. Fair. I'll be surprised if that's the case. I'll be like, what the hell? But
yeah, well, I personally, I obviously think it'll be a comfortable victory for VCRS, but it's hard for me to say because it's my team.
Yeah.
So
you should be.
Yeah, well, I've to be